Can you tell me if you could see me and hear me, you guys? I just caught JD saying, I am number one in the NFL, but I'm more of a European football soccer kind of guy. Oh, perfect, JD. Well, guess who else is like that? John is also a football kind of guy, so he's excited for the World Cup as always and MLS and everything. So thank you so much for letting me know, Stefan. All right, you guys. I'm going to scroll up and say hi to everybody. And then I think there was a question from Grim4. And I will answer that one. So, hello, Doodly Don, State of the Art, JD, of course, Ricketts, Richard. Hello. Okay, here we go. I missed a few people. Moro. Is it Morrow? Philip, Larry, and hello, Arthur. What is up, you guys? Missed last week because, as you guys know, I sent out the Kickstarter survey, and that was via BackerKit, and some people had email problems. And I think we kind of figured it out with the tech people, tech support people from BackerKit. And I'm happy to say that we've got I think it's 85 or 86% have already responded. So there's 66 people left, which I'm probably, when I get the chance to, gonna go and do it manually and just manually send out the link to everybody because the emails weren't working if it's not a Gmail and it's Apple and stuff like that. But so far so good. Thank you so much, Empha Raccoon. So let's see here. Alrighty, you guys. It's 2, isn't it? Yeah, Ricketts, it's been 2 weeks. I was actually in the apartment for 3 days. It feels like 3 days straight. Did not leave. I was at my desk the whole time. And then I find out that John is supposed to come back from Hawaii tomorrow, and I thought it was next week. So that's what happens. Time flies, and there's so much stuff going on. So, well, Stefan, you could say it was on your end, but at the same time, it's with emails especially, it's really hard to kind of push through a lot of the spam filters and stuff like that. So it's a bit of everything. It wasn't just you. It was I think there was at least 20 or 30 people who had the same problem, kind of, because of the email addresses. And yeah, that's just how it works. I mean, I had the same problem with my accountant. They couldn't get my email, and I had to send it through another email. So what can you do? It's tech stuff. So that's kind of why it was nice to use this first Kickstarter as a learning experience, and I'm doing most everything myself so that come the next time around I know how to delegate some of these things to other people, and or if there's a problem I know exactly where the problem's coming from. So yeah, that's why I'm taking the hard road to get this done the way I'm doing it. So yeah, Ricketts, time flies when you've got a lot going on. I've had the craziest sleep this past week or so because I'm so anxious and there's so much to do that I kind of wake up in a sweat oh my god, there's so much stuff to do. But I ordered some more stuff, and so I got to put together the sketchbooks, which is the Pocky sketchbook and then the main sketchbook. So while I'm telling you guys all this and updating it, where's my... Ooh, wait a second. What's going on here? Interesting. What's going on with the tablet? Okay, 1 second. My it was working earlier today. Perfect. We're doing a coloring live stream. Oh, there's one thing missing. 1 second. Weird. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, everything is here. Let me close the program and restart it. See, if I was coloring on paper, this would not be an issue. Okay. Hope I didn't break it randomly. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna flip this thing upside down. But so let me see if I could answer the question from earlier about purchasing the sketches. You could still back the book, the digital copy, but I'm not sure if the sketches are still available. And since we sent out surveys, it would be kind of hard to 1 second. You know what I could do is just color with a mouse, like the old school days. Okay, that's okay. This keeps happening. General. How am I dealing with tech support again? SSP artistic without fail. So crazy. So crazy. That's not good because I still have to color today. So let me unplug my Wacom altogether. All right. This is just what I need. More tech issues. Okay. Richard, I know every time this happens, it's always like tech is overrated, and you're not wrong. Oh, it works, you guys. See, I am tech support. Okay. Okay, let me turn this back on. Oh, all right. I did it. Anyways, yeah, so that's basically what I've been doing this whole time is tech support and trying to draw. Which I feel like tech and being an artist it feels like two different sides of the brain, but really I think it's probably the same. So, geesh. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I only used the Huon to do the what do you call it? Their review of it, because they sent me a copy to review. So anyhow, okay, scatterbrained. I'm so glad that you're here, State of the Art, and you get to see things that go awry. Okay, let's see. Devastator Omega, hello, and Inktologist, hello. All right, you guys, let's see. Let me get myself warmed up. I have not colored this page since last night. So I've actually gotten pretty far, and I didn't want it to, start from scratch again like we did last time. So I actually did a decent amount of the background yesterday. So what was I saying? Okay, to answer the question earlier, I'm pretty sure you can still back the digital tier or the physical copy. I just have to go and look at the back to see what late pledges are still available, because I already sent out the surveys. So I think I could do the pre-launch store. I have to ask them. And then I think you could still, there's still some tiers that no one picked up yet that you could probably still back for the Kickstarter. So hopefully that answers that question. Alrighty, so this is page 41, moving right on along here. And you know what's nice that I figured this out yesterday is now at this stage of doing this whole thing, this process, I'm starting to pick up on, here we go, what things I could have someone else delegate versus things that I have to do as part of what I'm doing for the next time. So I think definitely 100% I'm going to try to get all the flats done without me having to touch any of it, maybe, for the coloring. And then the lettering, definitely someone else. The only thing I can't offload is the inking and the penciling and the writing. Kind of obvious, right? And definitely the, what else? I would also have to delegate a bigger chunk of the Kickstarter aspect of it to someone else or a few other people, because for this time around, I only had a few people helping with a few things, but not like, you know, maybe not as much as I probably should have. So here we go. And this page surprisingly did not take as long to color. So I'm actually kind of excited, like, okay, this doesn't take that long, and so that we can move on to the other stuff. Hello, Stormtrooper Julius Caesar. Hello, Nilo. And Konbanwa. Arigato, Goldtone 202. Her no self-publishing, getting a free support team. Well, I think I have my team now, like, kind of set up. So it's growing pains, and, you know, as much as it, like, stresses me out, because I'm trying to do everything as best as I can. I know that it's a necessary thing. It's almost like going to college, but, you know, the difference is you guys are investing in me, so it's actually not that bad. It's not a bad learning experience if people are investing in you, and, you know, they have all this faith in you. So I'm definitely lucky to have you guys. Without you, I mean, this is not even possible, not even close. And I wonder that. I'm like, why am I not working at these other publishers? And it's like, honestly, to build your own thing is harder, but it's definitely worth it to just go through the process, you know, instead of taking the easy route, in my opinion, because I have stories to tell, and just going through a publisher again is not what I had in mind, especially because, you know, I'm not getting any younger. There's only so many years you have left to tell the stories you want to tell. So, oh, Stefan, you're the one that made me feel like it was okay to do this thing in Amsterdam. So I'm both grateful for you, and I'm blaming it on you. So it's kind of your fault too. Thank you, JD. See, you guys make me feel so special. I know I'm not the only one, but I'll take it. Okay, let's do highlight, shadow. Sorry that I have to do this on, you know, while I'm streaming, because usually I would just be, you know, kind of bypass it and just do it later, but I know if I did that with all the stuff that I have to do, I'd probably not remember. So this is technically her helmet. I could put the shine in right, or the reflection in right now, or do it right afterwards, because I think I want to highlight her helmet. So I don't know, more purple, maybe blue. PC Gamer, you didn't miss anything. Trust me. There's a lot of. It was my Wacom tablet. The pen stopped working. So, and oh, dear God, what did I do? See, tech issues, as Stefan was saying. It's just one of those days. Maybe I could just go like this. Yep. You know, I haven't been just full on coloring for so long with other projects that I've worked on that it's actually kind of a nice little break from doing the inking and penciling by just coloring, and I'm having so much fun. And next week I ordered some more stuff. It should be here and I will show you guys. And I don't remember, I don't think I was streaming when we had to do the t-shirt sizes. So there's whatever t-shirt size you guys need, it should be available. I think it goes down to extra small and then 4X. So, and I have to go visit the t-shirt shop pretty soon here and get them to do one demo for me so I can see what it looks like, and hopefully it's in time to show you guys the Pocky t-shirt and also the regular t-shirt if you ordered a t-shirt. So yeah, man, state of the art. It's basically what I live for. It was kind of hard to, I mean, I've seen my friends, they started inking, you know, digitally, but it's like, I cannot do that. I mean, I have so much ink as is. I don't want to waste it. So also I love it. Okay, let's add some pink to the highlight. That's not working. Maybe we'll add another layer, another highlight. Okay, and we'll make this to maybe soft light. Okay, maybe not. Maybe add glow. Okay. My favorite. Okay. So I'm not being too careful with this because I just know that I want the backlighting from here, and then I just erase with a nice soft eraser. So believe it or not, you guys, 2 days ago it started snowing again, and it is basically May. And I mean, I guess that's how it's like to live basically in the mountains. So it's been pretty cold. I've had the sniffles here and there, so every time I walk outside. Let's move to her hair, and then I'm gonna do the glass in front. I have pictures. I haven't been posting pictures of the outdoors lately. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I used to post pictures of the beautiful surroundings, but it's been pretty crazy, as you can imagine, with work. Oh yeah, and someone asked me about CGCing the books. I got a confirmation that I can do it. So now the key is to figure out how to let you guys know what's going to be on the survey for people who want their books, what do you call it, graded. And then how to go about collecting the funds for that, because it's going to be for, you know, through CGC. And then how to get the books themselves to be sent separately or together. So that's the logistical part I'm trying to figure out right now. Hello, Michael White. Hello, Magical Posters. Hello. I'm kind of glad you guys kind of showed up a little late, because the first 10 minutes I was fumbling around with everything. So, assuming I've been doing this for 10 minutes. Okay. Thank you so much, Ethan Vineyard. Oh, awesome, state of the art. Yeah, I figured people would want it CGC. It's just something that is an added perk to doing something like this with the book being kickstarted, and it's very exclusive at this point. To have that option makes perfect sense. Otherwise, it's like, you know, then you have to see me at a convention, and then by that time the books get shuffled around and everything. So, oh yeah, and that's another thing, is trying to make sure that, you know, because thank God, Chris Rups and Aspen, you know, Frank, they're really good at picking out really good books to get graded, and they know how to get it printed so the books have the highest quality with the spine and the pages and everything not bending. So yeah, I'm excited for that. What's up, nerd? Extreme baby. I don't want to put too much detail on this because I'm going to be putting the helmet, the glass, the the shield, whatever, face shield on. So let's have some fun with the. Whoa, is it saving? Did I hit save? I should probably save. Hello, Halder. Magical posters. I also made. Oh, awesome, magical posters. That's right. Congratulations again. Thank you so much, Michael White. Okay. So I could just add the shield right now, and then maybe put it on top of the line. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's do this. Maybe just make it normal and then turn down the opacity for now. And what you could do here is, let's see if I could mask it. And what happens if I like this? Nope, wait, wrong button. Okay, yep. And then that way I could adjust the color, play around with it, maybe, you know, even change the type of lighting. Okay. Hello, Razor X Sketch. I'm doing pretty good. Let's see here. I think I could leave this alone for now, or I could, yeah, I'll leave this alone for now. Let's just go down to this panel right here. So for everybody who just showed up, here's what we had, or what I colored earlier, and I'm just, you know what, let's just add some lighting. Master glow, okay. add a streak. Some light streaks here in the background. And then we'll add an actual glow, I think. Yeah, that was fun. Okay. Hello, old brown jacket. So, let's see. It's pretty fun. And I don't like to go too overboard with it right away. I like to just add something and then go somewhere else and come back. Otherwise, you know what happens, right? You just noodle on one panel forever and a day. So I put things down just so that it's like a mental note to come back to it. For example, right now I have a layer, it's called notes, and I have notes for things I have to change, but I'm not going to do it right away, because then I want to make sure that I spend more time filling in all of the really major shapes first, like the backgrounds and then the base tones. As you guys know, like you see down here, there's base tones and there's just multiple layers at this point. But if I shut this off right here, because that's mainly the background base color, and then you see how it looks. You can kind of see how it looks actually with just screen tones, with the texture. So, and you know, it'd be kind of fun if since this is all I'm focused on right now, I want to add like a screen tone texture to this panel with a different color. I think that'd be kind of fun. So let me see. I'm trying to be careful about how many layers I'm adding, but I think I should be okay. Glow, screen tone. Okay. So let's, for fun, for now, let's just add, I don't know, some duotones, you guys. Okay, I don't like that one. Is it this one? That's pretty cool. Ooh. Okay. Okay, why not? Let's just do this and then erase it. So for example, we just go like this, and then you can erase it. Just stuff like that. Or maybe I want it right here instead. So don't be afraid, you know how Bob Ross talks. Don't want to be afraid. You just kind of gotta go in there and put cool stuff on. I was gonna say cool-ish, but you know, gotta put cool stuff down. So that was fun. And so it adds a lot of dimension to digital coloring, as you guys know, because if you color it just with an airbrush, it gets pretty digital looking pretty fast. Michael White broke into my house last night looking for money, so I got up and helped them look. We didn't find any. Oh no, you guys are all One-liners. That's a good question, Michael White. I'm gonna ask my buddies and see what they recommend I do with that. Because I feel like it's the best way to go. I feel like even though the options have or things have changed a lot in publishing, there's still a lot of options out there if you're willing to look at it and willing to do the work to make sure to maintain this, this industry. So. I know, state of the art housework. I had to do laundry and dishes at the same time yesterday, and all these emails. So it's a never-ending battle. So you know what? I could probably just leave the colors off of the other panels for now, so I could focus on this one, or maybe I should put it in actually, just so I know what I'm dealing with here. All right, fun stuff. I like doing skin tones and faces. So SSP Artistic, I don't know who that is. Oh, thank you so much. Part of doing this, believe it or not, is actually having fun, even though, it's definitely, it can get stressful, so that's why it's good just to whatever opportunities present itself to make it interesting and fun, just do it, because I kind of forgot why I wanted to do this in the first place. It's like, oh, this is supposed to be a lot of fun and not stressful, but that stress cannot be helped. So I think the best I can do is enjoy myself and make it fun and interesting. Plus, I think you guys would probably appreciate me taking the time to work on the book instead of just rushing through it, which was what I had to do a lot of times with deadlines for other people. Not to say that I'm going to take forever, but I know my own schedule enough to know how to pace it, so it's much easier. But after these 2 issues get done, I have to jump right on to the next 2. So and I'm learning how to refine my own approach to things now, because I haven't done this in a long time. And when I was working on Lola, it was all mostly hand done, mostly hand done. So I don't feel like I've established my approach yet. So this is technically my first time actually doing it this way, the way that I wanted to for a long time. So right, we've established that, and I think her eyes need to be more orange. No, maybe that's too much. I think it's better. Okay. And I see little speckles and stuff on the line art. I could keep it in for now, or I could go and fix it, because like I said, I like the way that it's, because I'm doing it, coloring it with software. It's kind of nice to have some of the JD, help me out here. What's the word I'm looking for? Not residue, but something like that from the line, from scanning it and doing it by hand, so it looks more organic, I guess. It's kind of what I'm going for. Okay, shadow. Speaking of, I think I have to start or finish up the documentary for this book next week. So hopefully I could film it before the live stream, so I don't take up any of the live streaming time to do it. So you guys will be in the documentary. Remember when we first we funded the book and I was crying? Yeah, that will be in the documentary. I think that's kind of important. And I think I had tech problems that day too, which is pretty par for the course. Oh. Hello, Ronaldo. Thank you for joining us. Let's get this out of the way. What did you say? I'm sorry, SSP Artistic. Let me arrange the chat by live chat. I keep forgetting to do that. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's one of my favorite graphic novels. Oh, it's a graphic novel. Okay. Oh, 1 second. You mean this tool right here? Oh yeah, I've been using that quite a while now. I think I overused it. No, I didn't overuse it, but let's see. I think I want to keep her face soft, so for this one. And let's see, maybe just, well, it's kind of dark, huh? But could always erase. Okay, and I'm gonna give her rosy cheeks, as I always do. And then what's fun is I could go in here where the screen tones are and lock the transparency with that one, and then I think we're at 50, so you change the color of that. And what's nice is I can always go back in and change it if I don't like it. Wait, is it too dark? Okay, yeah, it was too dark. So, okay, and let's do the cheeks and then we'll do her eyes, or her hair then her eyes. Either way, both things are fun. So oops. Dear God. Oh, you know what, Stefan? I want to go see that. When is it coming out again? Oh, thank you so much, Ronaldo. No worries. No worries at all. I accidentally put the shadow on her skin. But you know what? It's okay because I don't need to do anything different with it, I guess. So I'm good with that. Or, you know what? I don't have to be lazy, but it's okay. I'm just going to keep it. I actually like that color, so. Oh, my camera died. Oh, SSB Artistic. I think we're all here for each other. And thank goodness, you know. What did I miss, Stefan? Too many great buckets to choose from. I want them all. Are you telling me they have like those really cool popcorn buckets? Oh yeah, I see it. I don't know what they look like. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick, you guys. If I go to see the movie, I'll let you know for sure. I mean, I really want to, but would like someone to go see it with me. Should I ask John to go watch Masters of the Universe with me? I mean, I told him about it. I was like, dude, it's so cool. You have to go. But John is the worst when it comes to going to the movies. We went to see a movie, I think Pirates of the Caribbean, the second one. I think it was 3 times. He fell asleep 2.5 out of the 3 times. Granted, it is a long movie. And then we went and saw Star Wars. You know what? He's not that bad. But this would be my movie though. He-Man or Masters of the Universe. So, alrighty, let's do her eyes. Okay. Maury flows. It influences me a lot. I mean, I think my biggest influences was Michael Turner, you know, J. Scott Campbell in terms of comics, and then manga, you know. But I think it was Ghost in the Shell that did it for me because it was just in between really big and pretty and also kind of mature, I guess. I did not know that about. I never thought about that. Michael White with the cat's eyes. It makes perfect sense to me though. Um, Might as well add this in now and then go back and color it later. I don't know, but I like that color. I think what I'm trying to avoid is making her eyes look too shiny and big. So, yeah, I'm trying to avoid that. In fact, let me erase just a little bit of this so it's not too shiny. Oh, I agree, state of the art, one of the best. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, let's add, let's go back to this panel. I think with coloring interior pages, it's really easy to go, at least for me, to over render and go overboard and not look at the overall page to make sure it's cohesive. So let's zoom out a little bit for now. Oh, Akira is awesome. I mean, you could list the top 10 animes or movies, and it's mostly just the ones that came out in the, I guess, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. But I know there's a lot of good ones right now too. Let's see. Let's do her hair highlight. Mm. Maybe I'll just do this one too. Oh, Fist of the North Star. I remember the anime. It was pretty awesome. And then I finally saw the well, actually the first time I saw Fist of the North Star, I think it was a Sega Genesis video game, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And then I saw the anime, and then the manga was afterwards. So it had the coolest designs. It's funny that I'm looking at this panel right here because I started watching The Fifth Element last night and I fell asleep, but I was thinking about this scene, multipass. Such a cute movie, so I think I'm gonna go back and try to rewatch it again tonight. The Electric State, you know, I thought I saw a trailer for it. I forgot exactly what it was about, but it looked like a Philip K. Dick type of concept, you know? Or at least that's what I thought. Oh, cool. I'm gonna have to look into that. Always looking for more inspiration. I might need a new bookshelf though if I start buying more books. As you guys can see behind me, it's not very big. I've always wanted to have a place that had a bookshelf that was as long as the wall. I mean, I think the closest I ever had was like when I lived in Seattle, but that doesn't count because that was just an apartment, and you know I couldn't decorate the way I wanted to. But please let me know if Vin's already stepped into the chat room because I haven't been looking up, and sometimes he'll be in the room the whole time and I completely missed him. But chances are he's probably watching the NFL draft right now. So and not only do I want the bookshelf, but I want like the ladder that goes with it that you could kind of swing on and just slide or ride from side to side. It's like, one of those really nice libraries. But maybe that's what I have to like aspire to have, so that I would work faster on these books and then find better ways of doing these things. So I feel like this is as fast as I'm going to be able to go, if I'm being honest. Because once you speed up too much with this whole process, then it gets kind of sloppy. And if I had to pick one property for the rest of my life to do it and do it the way I wanted to, it'd have to be this one. So I'm pretty envious of some of my friends who are so good that, like, art wise and just concept wise, it's like I'm trying to get to that caliber, so it's never ending. And when I say envious, I mean it in a really good way, because for me there's nothing more awesome than being inspired by your peers and being able to kind of ask them for feedback and just kind of improve. Okay, oh, thank you so much, Michael White. I like that word, maturing nicely. That phrase, maturing, my art is maturing nicely. I like it. Extreme, maybe. Yes, I do. I do thumbnail my pages beforehand, but for this specific book, I've had to go in and change on the fly when I'm working on it. Like, oh, there's probably a better approach to something, especially if it's a really important scene. I mean, I had to redo some of the layouts, after I've already started drawing it. So it's better to service the story and not let it go if you could help it. So. Yep. So guess what I did today, you guys, so that I didn't start so that my stomach didn't start growling again today. I went and got a cheeseburger and a chicken sandwich. And so if I'm starving today, after you guys talked about pineapple pizza for like half an hour, I could just grab myself a burger. But I don't think I'll be hungry. So yay to that. Pot noodle. Oh yeah, you guys, extreme maybe. I did get the pizza. If you go to the Discord and go to the IRL or food, I think it was food. I don't remember, or the IRL. I posted a picture of the pizza, and it took me 2 days to eat it, as you would imagine. So yeah, you guys don't bring up any food today because I already got myself a cheeseburger. So if you say something about pasta, I'm gonna have to go get pasta. There's a really good place here that sells some really yummy pasta. So, but it's Saturday, which means it's basically impossible to get into the restaurant. So, all right, where do I want to go next? Because I'm just gonna keep this here for now, and I want to go and let's do this panel. Actually, let me take a look. So I'm just jumping around anyways. Yes, pasta lunchtime. Yep. Extra jalapenos. You know what? It was called was it spicy Hawaiian or something like that? So naturally they're gonna put some spice in it, and it was jalapenos. So I had to take a few of the jalapenos off because it was too spicy. So yep. Are you a freelance? Rav T72733. I guess you could say I am. But currently, I don't know if I consider myself a freelance, being as how I'm working on this book, which is basically my company now. So I'm hoping to not be a freelance in the sense that it's going to be my own company. That's the end goal right now. Of course, if I have people asking me to do some covers, I will do it. Some trading cards maybe, but in terms of like interior work, I'm taking a break from that for a while. So the last one I did was like the Rockefellers. So I turned down a few projects, interior work, because I knew that, yeah, we got to do this. So this is going to take up most of my time. This and hopefully sooner than later, Dragon's Glacier. So, I mean, I think locking down the process for this book is so important because it's going to determine, and not to sound like it's, like the most, do or die thing, but it's going to determine a few years of my life at this point in terms of my career in drawing. And so I needed to make sure that this was going to work out for me and that I have a process. So it's one of those decisions that I think it took me a few years to get to, even though I knew eventually I was going to have to do this. So well, it's going to be a cold cheeseburger, so I have to put it in the oven so that it's not just a cold cheeseburger. All right, let's tackle this page, or panel, I should say. And we got a crudely drawn Pocky, which I might go in there and tidy him up a little bit so he's visibly cute. Okay. But for now, let's, oh, wait. Shadow. And I think I saw somebody bring up Andy Park, who's an amazing artist, and I really look up to him. I think for the longest time I knew that eventually they were just going to pull the rug from underneath us, or me, or just my career, or anybody else's career in that matter in art. So it was like, even though I know this is like growing pains of making your own IP and or properties and you know, things that you could do whatever you want to with, I knew it was going to be really hard, but I knew it was going to be worth it, because the last thing I want to do is have someone pull the rug from underneath my career, or my, you know, the things that I've just overnight just not have stuff. And it's not just with Marvel Studios, but it's also with you know, a lot of other fields as well. So it's like, it's kind of worth it at this point, I think, too. Yes, it's great to have the experience of working for a lot of these companies early on, but then at some point you have to break off, or at least be aware of it, and have something else that's not going to stop you from doing what you want to do with you know, your art career and stuff. So I determined I wanted to do this at least 2 years ago, or whenever I was in Amsterdam. I think it was 2018 when I was talking to Stefan and Arthur and everybody at Hanks. I knew that I wanted to start to establish my own stuff again. I know I did Lola, but that was through Aspen, and so yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be super hard too. So as you guys could see, it's a lot of work, but it's well worth it, I think. In the end, it's just, either way, it's going to be tough, right? Losing a job is tough, and then doing your own thing is tough. So you got to pick your tough. Oh, it's funny that I accidentally answered your question, Rav T2733. Just ranting. So basically, I don't know in terms of, I mean, it's definitely different, right? There's new people, and then there's people who've been doing it for a while, and depending on what your what the projects are, what the jobs are like out there, it comes and goes, I guess. But I didn't want that to be me, you know, like I didn't want to be, because I'm too chicken to take those risks nowadays. Like, I think it's better for me to take the risk of doing my own thing, especially because, I mean, I have a supportive partner. You know, John is very supportive. He's also an artist. So he has my back, and it's like he knew that we kind of had to switch between both of us who was going to be paying most of the bills for a while, just to make sure the other person's getting, you know, moving along on their career and stuff like that. And he's been the most supportive, and, you know, we've been supportive of each other. And I don't know if I would be able to do it myself if I was where I was at with my career and I decided to do this, you know. There was like very little overlap between how much money I saved up so that I could start working on this versus you know, being able to just like not work for a while and working on, you know, your own project and stuff like that. So, oh, thank you so much, Bandit Rose. I appreciate it. And you know what's nice about this is a lot of these things can be placeholders for me. So if I want to go back in there and change the color of something, or, you know, whatever, I don't have to rely on someone else to, you know, I don't have to wait for someone else to give me the feedback, or, you know, tell someone to do something and then I do it. So that's what's the advantage of working on your own stuff. But then it also is a lot more work. So now I think once I've established the way the colors should look, at some point I might just pass it off to someone else and they have an idea of what the colors are like. But sometimes if you hire another colorist or ink or whatever, and you love their style, you have to trust that they're going to do the right thing. If anything, they might do a better job than you do. So that's the ideal situation, you know. Michael White for sure AI did, and I think we talked about that in person. And so eventually I think the pendulum is going to swing in the other direction too. So it's just, you know, until that time happens though, it's going to be rough for everybody. So eventually we're going to realize that AI can't do everything for us, and there's some things that we have to do for ourselves. Thank you so much, State of the Art. Okay, let's add some highlights, because right now she's really dark and I need her to come to stand out more so that I know how to render the motorcycle, because otherwise it's kind of flat, if you see what I mean. So, and she's wearing black mostly. Let's see what happens if let's do this blue right here. And trust me, Andy Park he probably already thought about it. I mean, he's up there, being the art director and everything for the head guy. He's pretty aware of how things are going to be. So I'm pretty sure he already thought about like what he's going to do once he retires from Marvel. So he's going to do amazing things, and you better bet with his experience he's going to start something. And I'm pretty sure we're all going to benefit from it. So in some ways. That's my prediction, and I'm pretty sure he's not in the corner crying, trust me. I don't know what that is. Extreme, maybe. I love how that's a good analogy. I love steak. In fact, I think I'm gonna have steak tomorrow when John gets back. So Michael Richardson, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think either way you're learning, whether you're learning how to be the art director for your own book or you're learning how to communicate, and that either way, all of it's just, as long as you look at it like it's a benefit, it's hard to kind of be completely depressed by it. And I think that's the only reason why I haven't completely just been depressed about the whole AI thing. It's like, oh, I'm gonna learn something, so where do I find the way in which I could get in and do something about, this whole thing? It's because it's gonna, either way it's coming. So it's like at some point you have to know what to, you have to try to find a way to work around it, I guess. Because it's going to happen anyways, and I don't want to go down with the ship. So yeah, I mean, change happens, right? And sometimes we're living right in the middle of it, so it just seems like it's it's very defeating. But I could promise you guys, it's there's always going to be, change is going to happen, and it could be good or bad depending on how we approach it. So I mean, we could go down the line of like, it used to be hand-drawn animation and cell animation, and then it was 3D animation, and it was 8-bit video games, and there's 3D video games, and then there's photography. It's digital now, and we've been using Photoshop and coloring digitally since the early 90s, since Image did. So these changes happen when you live through them. They seem like they almost happen overnight. And don't get me wrong, I think the singularity, especially with AI and stuff like that, it just feels like it's gonna speed up. But you know what hasn't sped up is the human brain and mind. It's like it's been around for hundreds of thousands of years in its current form. I'm assuming. I don't know if it's hundreds of thousands. It's definitely thousands of years in almost its current state. And if our brain hasn't changed much, then we're still gonna find the same joy in that human connection. You know what I mean? And knowing that humans created something. It's coming from our mind, and that's kind of like the default, and that need to connect with other human beings and just living beings like animals and stuff like that. So not to digress, but yeah, it's basically how I see it. So if you look at it that way, it's easy to take it all in and like make it beneficial for you. And by that I don't mean like go out there and try to do something with AI and just completely give up, but just see it as, you know, people are going to use it as a tool and there's nothing you can do about it. And just kind of do your own thing, and whatever principles you have when it comes to that kind of stuff, just kind of do your own thing. Like, if people want to use AI, like, more power to you, but that's just not what I want to do, because for me, philosophically, I just can't see myself doing it for a huge chunk of my work, you know. So anyways, that was a nice little rant, huh? Okay, she's starting to pop a little bit more. And that's kind of why I liked, actually, the cyberpunk vibes and theme, is because you get to play around with colors a lot. And really very important themes, in my opinion. There's a lot you could do with that theme right now, being as how the world is going the way that it is. And it's a good way to we could do a lot of metaphors and allegory and stuff like that. So what did I do? Okay, let's go above the line art and do man, there are so many layers right now. I gotta start collapsing it later when I'm done, or done live streaming. So P1. Moro, yeah, I actually have a bunch of printed comic books at my dad's house, and one of these days when I have my wall-long bookshelf and my rotating spinner rack again, comic book rack, I'm gonna bring those comic books back with me, and hopefully I can show you guys my collection. But that requires a lot of thought and time, because I had to drive there and get all my stuff, and then have a big enough place to put it in now. So yeah. All right, let's do outlines. I'll leave the opacity at 100%, and I'll just go back in and erase like I've been doing. So don't be shocked by the insanely bright outline. It's like it was working so well up until this point, and now she doesn't know what she's doing. Extreme maybe. I'm currently not collecting anything specifically, even though there's ones that I do want to collect. I think I want to wait until I'm done with my own book, and then I could go and start. Oh, in fact, don't be jealous, you guys. So when I'm in Ohio at Rupp's Comics, and he's got this massive warehouse of just basically everything, toys and comic books, I'm just gonna go and start buying everything he has there that I really want. So I'm just gonna go shopping at the warehouse in when I get my book, when I get the book fulfilled. So, and I'm gonna be live streaming with them, so you guys get to see this awesome warehouse, and it's gonna be so much fun. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And then you can see the books that I pick out. So I'll be there for, I didn't tell them this, but I'm gonna be there for a week. So maybe, well, at least 5 days, just to get all the books fulfilled and make sure that everything is running smoothly. So, yep. And depending on how long it's going to take me to get the book printed, I'll give you guys a better specific date on when when all the fulfillment starts happening. So I will let you know sooner than later. Still a lot of logistical things I have to figure out to make sure I have everything delivered on time together to save on shipping and, well, not just to save on shipping, but to make sure everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. So it's fun stuff, but it's definitely kind of stressful. Hello, Leandro from Brazil. Comics Anonymous after that. Intensive treatment. Stefan, I'm going to be in that beautiful warehouse. I've heard, so I was talking to my friend last week, and he's like, he has a massive warehouse of stuff. I mean, it's like the Aspen, basically the Aspen warehouse as well, Aspen Comics warehouse. So, yeah, I'm gonna be shopping. Looking forward to it. You know, I've been daydreaming about that day forever now. For when this book is finally in your guys' hands, for years. So, and needless to say, I've been very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say insecure, but I definitely, you take on a project like this, you don't know how it's going to turn out. Even if in your head you think you could do it, you never know until it's actually done. So it's nerve-wracking. And I also can't wait to see the original art, Michael Turner art again. Maybe I'll film some of that so you guys could see magic that I get to see every time I go to Comic-Con, and I'm sitting there at the booth, and every time I get a break, I'll walk over to the, Michael Turner original art folios and just look at all of his stuff. And oh my God, it's like magic. Oh, Extreme maybe. I heard about Mile High Comics. One of my friends said I should go visit it, and I definitely would love to. As soon as I get this book done, I could start thinking about what else I could do in terms of getting the book out there and just kind of getting myself out there again, because it's been a while. I haven't really done too much outside of Orlando and maybe Amsterdam. So I just leave that for now. Oh, it's awesome, JD. Yeah, I don't doubt it. He has a lot of stuff. It's pretty amazing. I haven't seen him in a few years since Comic-Con, so I miss him. Cannot wait to see him again. And if I have anybody helping me out with this book, it's definitely going to be him to fulfill it, or his team. Him and his team. Yep. Look at all these layers. Where is it? I'm trying to find the helmet. You know what? I don't think it matters. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, I see what happened here. Oh, wait, no. Oh, okay. Michael White, that's funny. Not to bring up John again, but okay, so he's coming back from Hawaii tomorrow, but I wanted you guys to know this, and hopefully this is inspiring for anybody who's, kind of in a rut or just getting started with art. He basically got accepted into an art studio in town, where it's basically building a community of other fine artists, and so he's going to have his own art studio. So remember I showed you his paintings from, I think it was September, one painting, he hated it. It was horrible, and he started painting a lot, and so now he's got like these big huge paintings, and he got accepted into a studio, so now he's a legit fine artist. So see what happens when you really want something, and that it took him less than 6 months to get there. So he's been in Hawaii painting as well, while he's over there surfing and painting surfboards, but he's gonna come back here and do the wildlife paintings and stuff like that. So with that design background he has, and he is not only a hard worker, but he's kind of obsessed with getting somewhere. I mean, once he puts his mind to something, he does it. It's so impressive. And so, not to say nice things about him, but I'm definitely really proud of him for this. So when he gets a studio all set up, I'll take pictures or whatever, and I'll show you guys. Maybe we'll live stream one day. But yeah, he's gonna have his own art career now. He's already talking to, I mean, if he's there and there's at least 100 different artists, maybe 50 at the very least, because I think it's also photographers and stuff in the building. And they have art classes and live drawing classes there as well. So it'd be kind of fun to do a live stream there maybe. But he's excited about it. He keeps talking about it. And so he's going to move into the studio, I think in June. But I think before then, though, in May, he could actually start setting up his studio. So I'm really happy for him. But I told him, I would tell you guys about it because it's so inspiring to go from the first painting he had. I was honest. I'm like, I can see why you don't like it. I mean, it's still good, but if I had to pay for it, John, I'm not paying for that painting. But he went from that to what he has now, and it's just like mind blowing. So, Leandro, yes, I do. Yes, thank you guys so much. I'll let him know. I'll let him know that you guys have congratulated him. Yeah, he's pretty impressive, but. I mean, he's also very competitive, and if you wonder why I am the way I am, it's because of him. We're both very competitive people. Him a little bit more than me, but we have our own way of being competitive. But to a point where I got really, it was just overkill for me. Like, dude, we can't compete with everything, in life. I gotta just chill sometimes. He has a nickname, and I'll tell you guys what it is once he lets me. It has to do with competition, and so. But it's really good to have someone like that on your side. Who's also very artistic as well and cares about, being an independent artist. So, all right, let's do the motorcycle now. Let's do the bike. Now, I could sit here and wing it, but I would rather use some references for subsurface scattering and lights, or for metal and the material that's not skin. So because then it could look kind of wonky, and it might look like Play-Doh or little, what was the word I'm looking for, kind of sloppy, or like Play-Doh. It would look like Play-Doh if I didn't render the lights correctly, or the lighting bouncing off of the motorcycle. So God, I can't talk. Let's see here. I think I have just one separate bass tone just for the motorcycle. Oh, there it is, right there. Perfect. Okay, let me pull up some references. Which one would be really good? Which one would be really good, I think. Well, I could use my Gundam too. That would be kind of cool. Let's use the Mass Effect art book. Michael White, that would be awesome. I don't know if I have any scenes in the rain yet, which is kind of funny. Don't you think I should have rain in my cyberpunk book? You see it all the time in what's the movie? Blade Runner. So I'm looking through the Mass Effect art book because there's a lot of subsurface scattering, a lot of hard materials in here, so. Somehow I feel like I'm just looking at it because the art's cool, but here we go. This is pretty closer here, so I'm looking at the vehicles, the page with the vehicles in it. You can barely see it, but thank you so much, Manuel. I'm so glad that I inspire you, and everybody else here is super supportive as well. Thank you so much, Sketch Art by Mark. Thank you. Have a good weekend. That's so funny, state of the art. Yeah, we think alike. Or everybody knows there's always rain in cyberpunk world. Okay, so streak. Okay, so I think the shadow or the streak on the motorcycle could be kind of bluish purple and lavender, just because that's what the background is right now, and I could always change it later. Multiply layer. I'm going to use the lasso tool. So there's two ways to do this. Silly me, wrong color. I might be overthinking this just a little too much because you could barely see the motorcycle and gosh. Oh, that works. Could always go in there and fix it if I need to. It's funny because I have to tilt it a little bit. It's kind of hard to do when it's not straight. The Killing Joke, Michael White, is that, are you talking the original, what is it, Frank Miller one? Or is there the remake of it? Yeah, Frank Miller draws some really badass rain and blood, that's for sure. In fact, it's very inspiring how he uses negative space and, you know, black and white. And there's one page where I might have to re-ink it because I was like, that would be much cooler if it was mostly just an outline and just using negative space instead of the way that I approached it. So. This is gonna take a lot longer than I was thinking, but I want it to look really good, so I might go in here and just erase some of the lines that I created and clean it up a little bit, so. Okay, so let's see here. Pen tool. The Brian Boland one. Okay, classic Alan Moore. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't think I was gonna get this far today, so I didn't pull up my motorcycle references that I have on my computer. But I think this will be okay for now. I think the most nerve-wracking part for me about this book is all the tech that I have to draw, and then I have to go back and make sure all of it looks good and not like flimsy, I guess, and funky. I don't know what I'm trying to say. When somebody, when someone's not used to drawing like man-made objects like electronics, vehicles, and stuff like that, there's a tendency for it to look kind of wonky. Perspective is off and stuff like that, or too not cohesive, I guess. So I have to go and make sure that once I'm done with all the coloring and the inking, that everything looks okay and doesn't look like someone who hasn't drawn cars in a long time. Oh yeah, Stefan, it is. Thank you so much, Richard. Because I've waited a long time to do this book, and when I first started to draw it, in fact, you know what, in the sketchbook, if you get the sketchbook, you'll see how the first ever drawing I did this comic book, how it looked, and I had drawn two cars drifting, like Tokyo Drift almost, and since it's an RX-7 and the car already has like rounded edges, the back and the front, the hood of the car is rounded. So when you draw it in a perspective, and and I wasn't that good back then, it looks kind of bad. So you guys are gonna get to see my earlier concepts for this comic book, and I was so self-conscious. I knew that one day I had to get better at drawing vehicles and buildings and weapons and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like I've come a long ways, but I never want to be too arrogant and think that I know how to do everything. I'm not Sean Murphy by any means. There, I said it. And even with the bike, Michael White, I'm thinking like, because of how I drew it, I might be able to go in there and make sure absolutely that it's the design I want and it looks as sleek as I want it to. But at the same time, it's like the sleekest bikes are for people with money. So I also want to make sure that my characters, depending on how broke they are, the vehicles that they use or their hoverboards are a little bit more kind of clunky looking. They're not as like refined and sleek as some of the other vehicles in the comic book. So even Sean Murphy wasn't always Sean Murphy. I know, didn't he say that? Artistic Studios. My comic book is about two brothers who live in this cyberpunk world, and one of them finds out that his brother, the older brother, comes out of prison, and he finds out that his younger brother is in a lot of debt. So he tries to go and help his brother pay off some debts. And in this world, you can't just, get away with doing anything legally. So he basically becomes an assassin. And that's the gist of the story. And this lady right here, Aya, and her pet Pocky, she is a private detective. And she was hired to find out some stuff. And I don't want to give too much away, but that's the basic gist of this volume, the 44 pages we have. So, I think it's purple, maybe pink. Let's do blue. We're making pretty good time here. Oh, whoa. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Maybe soft light. Oh no, let's add glow. Oh, that's too much. Yes, Stefan, you are. I'm trying to figure out what to do for the next live stream since obviously I don't want to spoil anything, and plus it's he's an assassin, so they are an assassin. They are assassins. So I mean, it's not made for kids. Let's put it that way. So I have to try to find things that are appropriate for YouTube, but that's not boring to color or draw, and it's getting pretty close here. So I gotta find stuff to do on the live stream before I get the book. Yeah. We could always do a pinup or something, or take a break and build something. I don't have anything to build, but I could always get something. Oh, what's going on here? Glow dodge. That's kind of cool. Learning new filters every day. And then we erase. In fact, you know what? Let me just do it this way. Wait, oh, sorry. It's funny, Stefan. John suggested, he's like, you should do a pinup for the middle of the book. I'm like, I know, but I have all these extra stuff that I already put in the book, so if I added one page, the printer is going to be like, oh, can't print your book that way because there's too many pages. Trust me, I tried. But he was suggesting that I do a pinup in the middle of the book, and I thought it was a great idea, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to because I used up all the printable pages in the comic book without them charging an arm and a leg, and then it's like, it's going to look funny. Because the option was to get it perfect bound, where, but then Frank was like, trust me, you don't want it perfect bound. It's going to look weird. So when it's only that many pages. Yeah, it's those logistical things that, you don't think you have to think about because it's like, oh, I've drawn comic books before. I know how this works. But no, it's little things that I didn't even think to consider, so hence why this is a learning experience. But trust me, Stefan, next book, I'll keep that in mind. So I'm going to save like 2 pages just for the pinup. It's a great idea, actually. And I didn't get to finish the connecting cover like I wanted because there was supposed to be a cover with all the characters on the front, connecting front and back, but yeah, I didn't get the chance to do that. The deadline snuck up so quickly. for the Kickstarter. I'll just leave this here for now and then add another layer. Yeah, gatefold covers. I'm not that advanced yet. Perfect Bound, Michael Richardson. It's let me just show you. It's basically like a trade paperback. So this is Perfect Bound, where it's no staples. It's just basically glue. I like it, but you need so many pages for it to look good. If I only had 44 pages of story and then just a few extra, it would be super thin and it wouldn't look right. So he was like, "Don't do it." I don't even know how many pages that is, but. When is the book expected to find this book for pre-sale approximately? I don't know for sure with the pre-sale thing. I think as soon as the lettering is done and the layout is done, like the design, then I know for sure the printers could print it a certain way, then I could give you a pre-sale date. Otherwise, I would give you a date and it's probably not gonna be accurate. So soon, hopefully sooner than later. Hopefully by summer. And I gotta figure out the whole distribution thing too, so. Yep. And I would ask Frank for more help right now, but I guess Frank is, Aspen Frank, for people who don't know who he is, from Aspen Comics. But he had surgery recently, so I'm trying to make sure I don't want to bother him with my own stuff, because he's got his own thing going with the company, so. But he could answer a ton of questions. Usually what I do is I go to Marcia and Joe Benitez if I have questions about distribution, printing, and all that stuff, or Frank and sometimes Vince. So I have plenty of people. I just don't want to bother them with my own stuff when they've got their own Kickstarters and books that they're doing. Okay, let's finish off this as much as we can of this motorcycle. And then we'll call it a stream. Is there anything in particular you guys want to see in the documentary? It's going to be about half an hour long. And you've seen my YouTube episodes, so you have an idea of how I put them together. But if there's anything in particular you want to know that I don't talk about during the live stream, please let me know, and I could try to make sure to film it this next week to include it with the documentary or the digital download. So. One second. I'm also including some of the business stuff as well as my process. Oh, Jesus. My art process. So anything else besides that? Maybe times when I'm about ready to cry because it's so overwhelming. I could do that too. But you guys already saw that, so. And I'm lucky that John is the one that's mainly, responsible for the Airbnb, for taking care of the cabin and, doing all the business stuff with that. Because if I had to do that all the time as well, it would just be impossible to work on this book and try to manage the rental as well. So my affinity for pizza. I can show you guys when I cook the stuff that I have to make for myself, because last week or the last week or so I have not been eating out. I've just been cooking tons of different types of food, and then because I'm just cooking for myself, I end up with all these groceries and I don't want to waste it, so I end up cooking every day, different types of things. So only thing I haven't cooked is pizza. It's not practical to do that when there's so many pizza places around here. State of the art, yes, printing pages is a lot more involved than people realize, because once you add a page and you're adding that page and you're printing so many of them, then you add a huge chunk of finances or budget to that as well. So, and then they have to worry about how they're gonna bind the book. So it's like something I didn't consider too much, because I thought I thought they could do it, but. And then you have to think about people who want to CGC, get the book graded and everything. So certain types of bindings don't work with putting it in the CGC plastic, so the protective cover. So then I was like, okay, well, I have to get it stapled or saddle stitched. And if I do saddle stitch, then I can only have so many pages in the book. So just things like that. I'm definitely going to talk about that in the documentary. So. I'm gonna do a little bit more, and then I'm gonna call this stream done for now, but I don't want to go overboard because I don't know what I'm doing right now. My Aunt Chovy is good at pizza. But it's not, your Aunt Chovy's not good on pizza though, Michael, right? Stefan, yes. So someone asked me about CGCing the sketch covers, and I know I can do it. I think the only thing I have to figure out is how to get that question on the surveys, since they're already sent out, and then how to get the payment through, because CGC, I have a CGC account with my artist account, but then I know that people who want their book CGC'd also have their own account, so it's been a year or so, I have to contact them and ask them how they could go about doing that, so that we can make sure that we streamline it, and obviously the book would then be sent out to them separately from the rest of the order, so there'd be two separate shipping costs, and so that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I'm likely gonna offer it. I just have to make sure I can work it out, streamline it so it's not confusing, and then everybody could get their book CGC'd. And that also means that I have to pick out the nicest covers and stuff like that. So things that I know Frank is probably used to already. I already talked to Tatiana about it. So it's funny that the CGC stuff and getting the books graded is probably going to be the most involved part of the process. Okay, you guys. This is, I think, a good stopping point for now. I'm going to work on this way more. Not way more. I mean, there's not too much to do, but I want this page to look good. So, yep. Alrighty, you guys. I'm gonna put this aside. So I'm gonna try to stream next week. I don't see anything stopping me from doing it, except for maybe running out of pages to work on, which is not a bad thing. But at the very least, I ordered some new items. I will stream, even if you guys just want to chill for an hour and I'm not doing a whole lot. I could do that and maybe show you how lettering works. You gotta contact Josh. So there's a few little there's just a lot of odds and ends I have to take care of. So you too, Stefan. Thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out again. Short notice, of course. So later, nerds. Later, extreme maybe. It's been great hanging out with policemen, giving me the funny looks. Michael, what are you doing? Thank you so much, JD. All right, you guys, I'm going to scroll up and say, happy weekend to you. Thank you for hanging out with me, as always. I did not see Vince today. Bro, I'm going to text him and be like, dude, you did not show up on my live stream. Were you watching the NFL draft? You don't need to watch that shit. Sorry, I cursed. You don't need to watch that. You could just go see what happens afterwards. But, oh my gosh. Anyways, I need to play catch up with that whole thing. So let's see. State of the art. Thank you for showing up early today. I appreciate that. It's nice seeing you again. Richard Willis, Fernando, Stefan, of course, JD, Michael, Michael White and Richardson. I don't know if Arthur's still here, and Ricketts and Bandit Rose and Rick Garcia, PC Gamer Trev, I'm Morris, and I did not see my moderator. I wonder if he just bounced early. What's up with my friends, man? Like, they don't love me like you guys do. Sketch on mine. I'm getting a Pocky. Oh, sweet. Pocky sketch, yes. I will make it as detailed as possible. Oyasumi nasai. Arigato. Gold tone 202 again. Oh, Dooley Down, you're still here? Okay, fine, you love me. All right, you guys. Hopefully I will see you next week. I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for next week. So, okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.